Good evening to all. In this short video, let us see about the logistics and supply chain management and a case study of implementing the supply chain management in food industry. So this is applicable for all types of food industries. So this slide shows us the supply chain redesign. So normally we have a supply chain network starting from raw materials till the customer. This supply chain has been redesigned, which suits for the food industries. So, the whenever a food supply chain is designed, or whenever a supply chain is redesigned for a food industry, these things needs to be taken care, like new technologies, disruptive innovation, globalization, long supply chain, fragile and need monitoring activities, partner selection, coordination, execution takes center stage. So these are all some common points which are to be considered. So see in this supply chain network, we have all points which is very essential for food industries. So animal and crop farms and fisheries, handling and processing center. So this is a generic supply chain design or network for food industry. So these are all the supply chain elements whenever a food industry is considered. So food production, distribution and aggregation, food processing, marketing, markets and purchasing, preparation and consumption, resource and waste recovery. So any food industry which implements a supply chain network should definitely undergo this process. In addition to this, the food industry may have n number of uh, n number of steps to achieve a good supply chain network. So this slide gives the traditional food supply chain. So traditionally, the food industries will have a simple network like this, that is from farm to the marketer, then to the food processing unit, then to the wholesaler or the distribution center, and then from there it is exported to the customer either directly. See here it is directly, it can be exported, it can be handed over to the consumer or the customer, or in some cases it can be exported to the required customers. And importing can be done at all the stages of food supply chain. And retailer zone caterer plays a mediator role after the product is, or after the food product is coming out of the distributor or wholesaler before reaching the consumer. So this is the traditional food supply chain wherein the raw materials assembling, production, processing, which includes branding and packaging, storaging of food, because different food items requires different types of storage methods, distribution through wholesaler unit or retailer zones, and consumption by the consumer. So this is the traditional food supply chain. So that traditional food supply chain is redesigned as global food supply chain like this. So farmer, producer, distributor, grocer, and consumer. So here in this, the farmer registers the item, the producer produces and registers the items, distributor delivers the item after receiving from the production unit. The distributor hands over the food items to the grocery shops. It may be a small shop or it may be a departmental store, anything. And from there, it is going to the hands of the consumer. So, back-trace item is also taken care in the global food supply chain, which is not available in the traditional food supply chain. So this is the comparison of traditional and sustainable food chain. So as we discussed in the previous slide, the traditional food supply chain has a normal process from plants or from the land to the end user. But the sustainable food supply chain involves all these things, which is very essentially, it includes the waste disposal also. So land and plants where the land management has been properly done, and the processing units where pollution, hygiene all are taken care, and the branding and packaging, then the retailers, then the end users. So after this, what will happen is the waste disposal stage is handled in each and every stage of the supply chain network. Okay, so in case of biological nutrients and biological degradation, so fertilizer and other uses from recycling, waste segregation, organic and non-organic, and composting methods. So this is just a comparison between traditional and sustainable food chain. So, in our next lecture series, let us discuss on the examples of various food industries who are all implementing the supply chain concepts. Thank you.